Considering the fact that I've made a bunch of videos on the topic of the Captain Marvel movie, some may get it twisted. My first video was, of course, me expressing why I didn't personally feel like excited about it. Then I did videos on whether or not this movie was a setup. You have my 14-minute breakdown of the controversy and Brie Larson. And I've also discussed why it would be criminal to allow Carol Danvers to defeat Thanos. I've even done a video of my top 5 possible endings to this movie. So I've done like 7 videos or so surrounding the movie. With all of that being said, though, I will be seeing it. I was offered to check it out at a private screening, though I won't be seeing it there because I'd be surrounded by a bunch of shields. But I had always planned to see the movie anyway, and I especially owe it to you all to review it. Now, I want to make sure we have some things clear before I post this review. First things first, keeping in mind that it takes a lot for me to dislike a comic book movie, and I've said that numerous times. As an example, I know a lot of people didn't like Venom, but I personally enjoyed the hell out of it. Same with Aquaman. Now, that's not to say that I will like this movie. I'm just saying that it'll have to be uniquely terrible for me to go out of my way to say that it was very bad. With that being said, do not think that I'm just going to upload a video in which I'm just saying that it's garbage in 100 different ways. Remember, all I've said is that Brie Larson has put her foot in her mouth. The social justice left has dramatized this movie, and it is placed so oddly right between a big cliffhanger and the ultimate endgame. I've never even watched a film with Brie Larson in it, so I can't even judge her by her previous work. Plus, I'm consistent in the fact that I do not take critics and their reviews seriously. Ever. It doesn't matter where you get your credentials from. I will never take a critic seriously for a movie that I have not personally seen. So what should you expect? Expect an in-depth review with spoilers. The video will be released Thursday night. If I like it, I'll tell you why. If I dislike it, I'll especially tell you why, but I will break down exactly why that is the case. And when I say that this will be like more of a unique review, I mean that we are going to be comparing it in the context of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as well as referencing source material in the comics. So it'll be about the movie itself, but also where it fits in the universe and whether or not this is historically accurate in any sense. And I will let you know what I think the alternatives could have been or should have been if I do feel that it's like inaccurate in a sense. Basically what I'm saying is that do not really expect my review to be a bunch of generic ranting and bashing, and be open to the fact that I may not hate this movie, because that takes a lot for me to do. I'm not trying to force this narrative. If I do dislike it, you'll know exactly why, and it won't have anything to do with Brie Larson's politics. My goal is to not try to like make you hate or like this movie. It's to simply give you my take, and this will be from the perspective of a comic book nerd. That's what will make it unique, not a normie. In the same respects, there will be spoilers, and I will advise whether or not you should see it, my personal advice. But if you're anything like me, a critic will not make or break you seeing this film anyway. But you've got to understand that I'm not going into this like some normie. I've been a lifelong comic book fan that's very knowledgeable on the source material, so best believe that'll be taken into consideration.